Hello, and welcome to this New World Tanking Guide. I am Winslow, and today we're going to look deeper into tank mechanics and some of the steps you can take to maximize the survivability of your group. If you're looking for specific info, feel free to check out the chapter selections below. Let's jump right into it. So, to start out, let's talk about the primary stat for tanking. Despite what many people will tell you, your job is not really to do sustained damage. Sure, there are a lot of builds where you can taunt and prevent your party from taking damage, but your main job is going to be soaking up hits. The stats on your gear should be primarily focused toward Constitution, with the secondary stat being whichever stat your weapon gets the most benefit from. Setups like Sword and Shield with Hatchet are great because swords and hatchets benefit from both strength and dexterity. By focusing mostly on Constitution, this allows you a bit of freedom with weapon choice. As far as what to eat and drink when tanking, you will need to spend a bit of time leveling up cooking and arcana. You can get quite a bit of cheap consumables on the market board, but for sustained use in runs, you're probably going to benefit the most by making your own. Travel rations and light meals are great for XP grinding because they will provide a 25-minute buff, which increases your health regeneration. You can also eat them in combat and gain a quick healing buff, but this will stop if you take damage. They are really cheap and easy to make, and you can get enough food items in any of the starter zones. In questing and exploration, you will find a lot of weak health potions. They are great to keep a stack of because a weak health potion is still better than no health potion. Potions are crafted through arcana, which you will mostly then be using harvesting to get the materials needed. When you get higher up in harvesting, you can also make higher grade food items, which will give much higher stat gains. Foods like pork chops and applesauce or steak with mushroom gravy are great to use for tanking. Their ingredients are not absurd, and you can get what you need just by looting provisions boxes and harvesting herbs in the 3 starter zones. I would recommend in a full tank build sticking with heavy armor, unless you have a really nice medium armor piece that is a genuine upgrade. Mostly you will want to be at heavy equipment load because of the plus 15% block stability, which will help to prevent you from being staggered when blocking a big hit. Think of it like your ability to survive a tank buster. The kite shield is going to be the best balance of armor and block stability compared to a tower or round shield. Round shields can be helpful if you're running at a medium armor load, but realistically, the kite shield is going to be the better choice. Your dodge will be just a short sidestep, but you should still be fine. Something you will want to get is going to be your first heavy armor faction set. They have a resilience buff on them that reduces crit damage done to you, and a gem socket. You can also get faction augment tokens, which can change the stats on faction equipment. So you can have heavy armor with dex and constitution, or medium armor with strength and constitution. Your weapons should always have a gem socket, and you will only want to be using carnelians. The carnelians will activate your taunts, based off of your weapon skills, and also give a flat bonus to your threat generation. With threat generation, think of it as a competition for big numbers against all of your damage dealers and the healer. The taunts you have in your weapon skills will help draw enemies to you, but you also need to sustain threat generation to hold them. Because you are a tank, you are going to need to outpace the party. But Winslow, why don't I level up strength or dexterity so I can do more damage? Well, that is a good question. You can do that in favor of Constitution so you can hold more threat, but if you don't have the hit points to survive a tank buster or get staggered on a block and die, then your party will need to rescue you, and you may have to start the fight over. The game has a bit of a balancing built into it, with gear where you can have a combination of stats. Play around with it and you'll find a balance that works for you. So a lot of people will have a lot of opinions about what weapon skills to use. It is extremely important to have at least one legitimate taunt for your active abilities, but I would recommend at least one for each weapon you use. In the skills menu, there are a variety of secondary skills which will give you empower, fortify, or even regenerate health or stamina. Just pick a selection of skills that works for you. No one build is going to be 100% right, and the build effectiveness varies based on your level or the level of your skill mastery. I highly recommend though checking out Defense Formation from the Sword and Shield Defender tree and Defy Death from the Hatchet Berserker tree. On a large AoE hit, you can reduce the incoming damage of party members near you, and being able to survive a lethal blow are 2 abilities that could save your party. There are no real 100% right answers for tanking. there are a lot of things that will point you in a good direction and definitely some very helpful skills, equipment, and gems, but do what feels best for you and come up with your own way to tank. Remember to use a Carnelian in your active weapon and have at least one taunt, and I'm sure you'll do fine. Tell me in the comments below what tank setups work best for you. Thanks for watching this New World tanking guide. I am Winslow, and if you found this guide helpful, please consider leaving a like. I greatly appreciate your time and support, and we'll catch up next time.